Hi, I'm Judith Yovel Recanati. I'm an Israeli. I was born here, raised and educated. And the story of our people in Israel is my story. The story of trauma on top of trauma. It's growing up in the state of Israel in the beginning of the 50s with the stories of our family relatives from the Holocaust, and then immediately as a very young child exposed to the first war of me, which is the 1956 war. And since then, every few years, another war, another terrorist attack, another war. So I think that I represent something in Israel, part of the population that grew up with the knowledge that our life is unstable and that we have to live with the multiple experiences of overcoming each time another event. Is it war? Is it a big terrorist attack, which is accumulative? And so in this way, we grew up knowing and understanding that this is our destiny in Israel and that we have no choice. And for many, especially men, the experience of traumatic stress has become a part of the daily life. And for many of them, looking for help was not an option. Going to a psychotherapist or getting medication or talking about it was not an option. We believed, or we used to believe, that it's part of our life here and this is the normal way to live. But when we decided to start Natal in 1997, we said, as professionals, that it's about time that our society will take care of itself, which means we have to understand that the symptoms that are a part of our behavior have to be taken care of. And we started Natal knowing that until 1997, there were enough people in Israel that have never been taken or never asked for help. And we wanted them to feel comfortable to go and do it. So starting this center was a new era in the way Israelis would reconsider their life experiences and try to improve it. And we thought that in 1997 it was the end of having wars. We never thought that 2 years later we will have a new intifada and new experiences with wars and endless terrorist attacks. So this was like a vision that I share with my supervisor and friend, Dr. Yossi Hadar, who was the one who came with the idea of starting Natal, and unfortunately passed away the week we opened because he was found to have cancer. So Natal started its way out of a trauma of losing the leader. And I decided to continue because it was already a part of my own belief and vision. And since then, Natal has done a lot of developing and adapting to the realities that are changing in Israel very often. And the way Natal works is really very unique because we thought of so many ways to be helpful to different people, if it's children or if it's soldiers that have done their military service, or their parents, or their spouses, or bereaved families. So there is here in Natal an answer to every kind of need that is a derivative of the Israeli situation and ongoing stress. So today, after 18 years, I can say with a very deep feeling of satisfaction that I think that our existence is a say in the Israeli culture, which means it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to be helped. And there is an optimistic vision to Natal, saying that if you suffer, if you have a need to share what you have gone through, so the door is open. And I believe that you heard from various professionals in Natal that the answer is also in a move, because we are learning from our own experience. We are teaching, not only in Israel, but also in the US and in other countries, the model of Natal, which has been found to be a comprehensive model that gives an answer to different stages of trauma. And as I said, different groups of people that need the help. So I see today that the need is really not only growing, but being wider. And we also are in touch and working with communities in various places in Israel, with Jews and non-Jews, with religious, secular. So we find a way to have the right language to help other people live better their lives, and to see themselves more with a future which is more healthy and more positive, and not to accept the event that happened as a fact of life, and not to try and change it and cope with it. So I feel that the work we are doing is giving new hope to many, many groups of people in Israel, individuals and families and more. So I'm happy to share it with you, and I hope very much that we'll have more opportunities to share what we are doing and work together. And happy for this opportunity, and thank you so much.